This is the all-new BMW iX M60, and today I'm going to show you why this is the best fully electric BMW they've built to date. Let's go. Here in the front of the BMW iX, as you can see, you still have the iconic kidney grills. But for this car, it's a little bit different because BMW's actually put some sensors and computers in here to help it with its assisted driving, but maybe even full self-driving in the future too. So they've actually coated this with a plastic to help with rock chips and scrapes too. So if you get some sunlight and heat on there, it actually will adhere and mend itself. So it's actually pretty cool. So it stays looking nice for a longer time. Now this car has the optional laser lights here, so at nighttime the high beams will come on and it gives you just a really precision light so you can kind of see where you're going and it will help you out. Now, this car comes standard with 22-inch wheels, which this one actually has what's called a floating center cap, which is really cool if you see it in person. It'll make you want to have it on your car. Now, the kind of disappointing thing about the iX is this is a fully electric car from the ground up, but BMW has still got a bunch of stuff underneath the hood, so you actually can't open this. It's kind of frustrating because other electric cars, you have the ability to open this and utilize a bunch of space, but it's all just equipment in there. You can't actually store anything, so maybe that will come in the future. You got all this room, but can't use it all. Okay, back here in the back, as you can see, you get a huge tailgate with the iX. You get some badging up on the side, down here, and over here. Now the cool thing about the M60 is you've actually got your own color scheme here. So the black and gold is proprietary just to the M60. Now one of the things I think is pretty cool is this very minimalistic taillight back here. I think it blends into the car very well. It's fitting. Now, if your hands are full, you actually can just come up to the car, kick underneath it, and the tailgate will open up by itself hands-free. So you get a huge amount of space back here, as you can see. So you can take this out and this comes out as well, so you can really utilize all this space. And of course, because it's electric, you get even a ton of space back here, so you can put your charging cords or anything else you might need down here. They even add the ability to just easily fold down the seats, so each one folds down individually, or of course you can fold them all down and really utilize all that space if you need to. And then of course, when you're done, just kick it, walk away, and it's all done. Okay, now we're inside the BMW iX. This car is incredible. It's probably one of my favorites right now from BMW. I love this open concept design. You know, you get this giant curved display. It looks like it's floating in the air, and even this open pore wood and the Swarovski crystal you get around the car. It's very modern and elegant. I really enjoy it. Now, you even get this kind of interesting hexagon steering wheel. It takes a little time to get used to because you're trying to find where the corners are, and anyway, you get used to it, it's fine. It's very plush, and the material around here is just so good. I mean, it's very comfortable, and this car, they've done a really good job with this car. The amazing thing is it's packed full of technology too. That's what's so great is you've got BMW's latest operating system, iDrive 8. And so you can come in here and you can use your finger and scroll through all the different menus. You can add and take off different widgets if there's certain information you want to display on here. And then, of course, you've got the iDrive controller, which BMW's always had, and it will be basically your mouse for the computer. So you've got preset layout here that you can jump around to your media, so you can see all your music from Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which comes standard with this car, all wireless, of course. And you can do one of my favorite features, which is called gesture control. So you can turn up and down the volume. So you just wave your finger in the air and it will turn up and down the volume. And there we go. And you can even customize different gestures too, like 2 fingers will let you pause or play your music if you want to from there. Otherwise, you can just jump around, have your phone on there, or use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, like I said, if you want to. Now, you have what's called My Modes. So BMW is great because you can make it very personal to you. So the personal mode is kind of just a balance of all settings. But if you want to, you can be very sporty and put it in sport mode, which changes the ambient lighting in here. Or you can be more efficient if you're trying to maximize your range. Otherwise, you can just have it in relax or expressive mode, whatever you feel like. So there's lots of different variety there. Now, one of the features I really like actually is the parking view, which that kind of sounds boring, but it's really cool because not only do you get your rear view camera and your bird's eye view, you can come over here and see the side of the car if your passenger has the door open or how far it's going to swing out and hit something. You can see both sides. But the really cool thing is you can actually go over here to more and go to this 3D view. And you actually can use the gesture for this as well. So all you do is pinch your fingers together here and then move it around the car. And as you can see, it's very responsive. I can swipe the car around and make it spin like crazy, and I can see exactly where I want to go. So if I want to park next to something, I can see how close I am to the curb or where I'm at in the garage. And this car will park itself as well. It'll pull in or back into a parking spot, which I'll show you that. It's pretty cool. Check this out. It's so good, isn't it? Now, even you got the ability to have a car wash view, so you can come in here and see exactly where you need to go if you're taking it through a car wash or whatever it might be. And this car has air ride suspension, so it drives really well. And you can put it in sport mode by going into My Modes and putting in sport mode. And the suspension will actually tighten up so you kind of feel the road a little more if you want to and get those curves. Or otherwise, you can put it right back in its normal personal mode and then it will be back to just gliding on a cloud. It's really incredible how dynamic this car is. And it's very impressive for being a fully electric car from the ground up. It drives so well. It's got tons of performance. And one thing is the speaker system in here that's really amazing. So this car has 30 speakers in it. It's mind-blowing when you listen to it. So you've got speakers all in the doors, a couple up here, up in the headliner, and my favorite part is actually they're in the seat too. So you've actually got speakers in the headrest of every seat in here, and then you've got what's called exciters in the middle of the seat back here in the lumbar. And so when you've got the bass going, it kind of vibrates. You can change the intensity of it, and it just engulfs you in this incredible sound. It's really amazing. I really like the technology of this car. It's pretty amazing. Let's check out some more stuff. Okay, back here in the back. As you can see, I have a ton of legroom, and what's really nice is because you don't have a transmission, you got plenty of legroom for even the middle seat back here. And as you can see, plenty of headroom up here. Now, a really cool thing is each seat has 2 USB-C ports. So 2 here, and then they even have a little accessory door you can pop open. So each seat has got this ability to buy different accessories for the car. If you want to put an iPad holder, you can have the kiddos have the iPad there, or even a suit jacket holder or a hook for your purse. So you can just put whatever you want in here too. So plenty of room. You got even a ton of speakers back here. There's a giant sunroof, so when you're on long road trips, you have something to look at. But the seats are very comfortable. It's got speakers in the seats. It's even got, of course, its armrest, and the cup holders pop out here. And so put all your drinks there, and even got its 4-zone climate down here too. So you got your heated seats, the ability to adjust both sides over here, and it's just super nice for riding in the back. I like riding back here too. Okay, now we're behind the wheel of the iX. Let's see how it drives. Is the M60 really a true M car? Well, we'll see. You know, this car has about 300-mile range, so does the 50 version of this. But, you know, it makes about 600 horsepower and about 800 foot-pounds of torque. So it's really quite fast. You know, it does 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. So this sucker will move for what a big boy is as it is. Now, the cool thing is this is kind of like a beefed up i3 in the way that it's actually got a carbon core. So it's actually got carbon fiber around the car to kind of lower some of the weight and help bring down the weight from the top and make sure it's at the bottom. Of course, the battery lays in between the axles, but you know, it just kind of helps lower the weight down, and because electric cars are typically pretty heavy. Now, again, this car is so great because it can just easily drive around. It's not hard to drive. It's very dynamic. And so this air suspension allows you to adjust your ride, so it can be really sporty if you want to when you put it in sport mode. Otherwise, you can just cruise around, and it's just so easy to drive. The cool thing about the M60 too is it's got the ability to have launch control. So all you have to do is come to a complete stop, put your foot on the brake, make sure it's ready, mash the gas, shakes, and then goes. Oh my God, holy crap. Oh my gosh. I felt like the front end was gonna come up. It has so much torque. You know, 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds, it feels a lot faster than that. I mean, my gosh, you can probably tell. Wow. And that's the cool thing is you can just drive around, and it can be so easy to drive, or when you want to get serious, you can put it in sport mode and it changes so much. You can just, oh my gosh. I mean, I didn't do anything special. You know, it doesn't have a transmission, so you just give it gas and oh my gosh, it really is fun. It handles the corners really well. You know, it can just move wherever it wants to. It doesn't feel like a big SUV. It really is great. This will put a smile on your face. This is fun. It's got a G-force meter here, you know, and it's showing me that we got some pretty good G's on that one. You know, I think this car is pretty much the only thing that really compares to Tesla in the way that being fully electric, you know, with this car doing about 300 miles of range and about the same as the i50 because it's got the same battery, you know, it's incredible that this is so techy and luxurious. It just kind of is in a different ballpark than the Tesla, but you know, it's so cool and it's so neat to drive. It really is impressive what they've done with this car. I really enjoy driving it. And even the technology while driving this car is so great too. You know, it's got the ability to have the assisted drive mode on, and it will just drive itself down the road, take the corners for you. It has auto lane change, and so it will move you in lanes. It makes it super easy. So even on long road trips, it will just easily go, and you don't have to worry about making all the little corrections. The car will just assist you through all that stuff too. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video about the BMW iX M60. What do you guys think? I really enjoyed this car. You know, it's got such great luxury, the look, and the performance of it. I was really surprised by it. But what do you guys think? Do you think it compares to the Tesla? You know, it's kind of the Model X price, but not as big and obviously not as fast. But I think the luxury is a little bit different in this car. I like this one a little bit more. So let me know what you guys think. Comment down below if there's another car you guys want me to see or test out, and I'll try to get my hands on it. Otherwise, make sure you like and subscribe. And then until next time, see you guys later. Bye-bye.